Harry and Aliza's wedding looked like something out of a dream. The lights were bright, the music was joyful, and everyone around them believed they were the perfect couple. Their smiles were full of hope, and their hearts were full of expectations. Aliza believed that after marriage, life would be filled with love, care, and understanding. Harry believed that once he had a wife, everything would naturally fall into place. In the beginning, things were beautiful. Harry would come home from work, and Aliza would be waiting with dinner. They would sit together, talk about their day, laugh at small things, and make plans for the future. Every moment felt special. But as days turned into months, real life slowly started showing itself. Harry had an average-paying job. Rent, electricity bills, groceries, and family responsibilities were always on his mind. The pressure to provide never left him. Aliza, on the other hand, began to realize that marriage was not just about romance. It came with responsibilities, patience, and compromise. One evening, Harry came home exhausted. His boss had criticized him in front of everyone at work. Aliza gently asked, "Is everything okay?" Harry, tired and frustrated, replied sharply, "Why do you ask the same thing every day? You wouldn't understand." Aliza went silent. That night, for the first time, there was distance between them. Even though they were sitting in the same room, small arguments started happening. Too much salt in the food, coming home late, unspoken expectations. Aliza would sit alone and think, does love disappear after marriage? Harry would think, no matter how hard I work, why does it still feel like I'm failing? This was the moment where their marriage faced its first real test. One day, Harry came home unusually quiet. His face looked tense, his eyes heavy. Aliza felt something was wrong. Harry finally said, "Today the company announced layoffs. My name is on the list." Aliza felt her heart drop. No job meant no income. No income meant fear, uncertainty, and pressure. But instead of panicking, Aliza took a deep breath and said, "Everything happens for a reason. We'll figure this out together." A few days later, Harry officially lost his job. He stopped going out in the mornings. He stopped talking much. He felt like he had lost his identity. Aliza noticed how quiet he had become. She knew he was breaking inside. One evening, she sat next to him and said, "We are a team. This isn't just your responsibility." Harry's voice trembled as he replied, "I feel like I failed you." Aliza held his hand and said, "You didn't fail. Giving up would be failure, and you haven't done that." Aliza decided to help in any way she could. She started doing sewing work from home and accepted online clothing orders. The work was tiring, but she never complained. Harry kept applying for jobs. Interviews came, but so did rejection. One day, after another failed interview, Harry came home defeated. He barely spoke. Aliza placed food in front of him and softly said, "Your effort makes me proud, even when the results don't show yet." Those words changed something inside Harry. They made a promise to each other. No blaming each other. No disrespect during tough times. Always communicate honestly. Months later, Harry finally got a job. The salary was lower than before, but his heart felt lighter. That evening, Harry said, "If you hadn't stood by me, I don't know where I'd be today." Aliza smiled and replied, "That's what marriage means, standing together." Life didn't suddenly become perfect. Problems still existed, but Harry and Aliza had learned something important. They learned that a happy marriage isn't about avoiding problems, it's about facing them together. Harry learned, a wife is not just there to manage the home. Her emotional support matters just as much. Aliza learned, a husband carries silent pressure. Sometimes he needs understanding more than advice. If Harry came home tired, Aliza gave him space. If Aliza felt overwhelmed, Harry listened. One day, Aliza said, "We may not have everything, but we have each other." Harry replied, "And that's real wealth." They understood that love grows stronger when ego is replaced with empathy, complaints are replaced with communication, blame is replaced with teamwork. This story isn't just about Harry and Aliza. It's about every husband and wife who struggle silently after marriage. Marriage is not about perfection. It's about patience, support, and effort. Remember, problems don't break marriages. Lack of understanding does. A strong marriage is built when two people decide, no matter how hard it gets, we won't let go of each other. If this story touched your heart, it means you're not alone. You're simply learning how love really works.